welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. I read this book quite some time ago, back in middle school. I read it for a class. Now, I have read it since then. I really enjoyed the book, so I went back and reread it. I'm trying to remember if I read it to my children when they were really little. I don't recall, but I do remember that I have read it since middle school. Anyway, it was one of the books that we were reading for my English class. It's kind of interesting when as I got older, we have English class in school, and if you're going to school in another country, they have their own version of English class. Obviously for them it would be whatever language, but it didn't strike me as odd until I went to another country and was learning another language. At that point it was like, oh yeah, in school we had foreign language classes. There were 3 in my high school and middle school. We could learn Spanish, German, or French. Those were the 3 available to us. But if you go to a foreign country, their English class is like the foreign language classes that we would have here in the United States. It just boggled my mind at the time. Anyway, this was for English class, and that's a whole other topic and tangent that I just went off on. So, The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. Now, if you are familiar with Ray Bradbury's work, I don't know whether or not you are familiar with The Halloween Tree. I was familiar with some of his other works, The Martian Chronicles. I'm trying to pull up his The Illustrated Man. Is that one? Something Wicked This Way Comes, which is another really good one. Fahrenheit 451. Let's see. Here we go. The Martian Chronicles, Fahrenheit 451. Something Wicked This Way Comes. The Illustrated Man. I'd heard of a lot of these, and I've read some of them. I haven't read nearly as many probably as I should have, but I had never heard of The Halloween Tree. Didn't know it existed, but I read it and I loved it. It was an amazing story. So typical American town getting ready for Halloween. There's a group of 8 friends. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're all dressed as different things, and they're going out trick-or-treating. Now, there's a 9th friend. His name is Pipkin. And they're waiting for him to come trick-or-treating with them, but he doesn't show up. So they go to his house, and I hope I'm getting the details correct. I did look at the information recently, but without going back and reading it again. As I recall, they go visit him, and he's like, I'm not feeling well. I'll try to join you later. And then they go out, and they do their trick-or-treating. And they're all dressed up, and you see here on the front of the book, the cover of the book here, this is, as I recall, what the different friends were dressed up as. There was a witch, there was a skeleton, there were demons, there was a mummy. They think they see Pipkin running away from them, and they go chase him down. Now, this is where I could be getting the details mixed up with the Halloween Tree cartoon that was based on the book. But they end up at this house. And this house has a massive tree. And from this tree are hanging an innumerable number of jack-o'-lanterns from this tree. And they, as I recall, they think they see Pipkin going into the house. And so they go up to the house and they meet this guy named Carapace Clavicle Moundshroud. He has a long nose, a skeletal physique, and face. And he's all dressed in black. And they explain to him what they're doing, and he starts to explain to them the tree, and he asks them about their costumes and stuff, and they don't have any idea why they're dressed the way they're dressed. They just, it's Halloween. We're dressed like this. And so in chasing Pip, Moundshroud takes these friends through a journey through time. They start in ancient Egypt, and they find the origins of the mummy and the beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. They go to Greece, and they find out the traditions and the beliefs of the ancient Greeks. They go to all these different places. They end up in England, and they find out about Druidism and the Celts. They go to Paris, and they see the grotesques on the Notre Dame Cathedral. They end up in Mexico for the Day of the Dead. And they find out about all these things that have been mixed together to form our modern Halloween holiday. It's a fascinating book. And through it all, they're chasing Pip. They find representations of him, echoes of him, in all of the places along the way. They find the only one I can really recall off the top of my head is like they find a gargoyle of him on the Notre Dame Cathedral, but they find him in those other places, and they try to get closer to him as he's running away from them, and they're trying to chase him down. Now, there is another story that's inside of this, and I don't want to give too much away of what that story is. Needless to say, it is incredibly important for them and for their friend that they keep chasing after them, that they catch up with him. And Moundshroud, obviously, for the fact that he is able to take them on this journey, there's more to him than just seeing this creepy old dude in this creepy old house with this tree that just has hundreds, possibly 1,000 pumpkins hanging from it, all carved with jack-o'-lantern faces. Anyway, great book. It's a great exploration of the Halloween holiday and what has kind of what forces have gone in to shape the things that we do for Halloween in the present. If you're interested in Halloween, this is a great time to try to track down the Halloween tree and read it. I think that I will probably in the next one of these, I will, if I remember right, I have already reviewed Dracula by Bram Stoker, another good read for Halloween. 'Tis the season. I know that's usually meant for Christmas, but hey, we have the Halloween tree. It's October. I will probably do a review of Something Wicked This Way Comes, or maybe The Wish Giver. Maybe both. We'll see what we have later in the month. Anyway, that's it for today. If you've read The Halloween Tree, let me know what you thought of it. If you haven't read The Halloween Tree, again, I highly recommend it. Like, subscribe, comment down below, turn the bell on so you get notifications, and enjoy what you're reading.